Mental type game I want to play is Sudoku. Sudoku makes my brain feel good. It is a logic puzzle which exercises the left hemisphere of the brain. Doing Sudoku puzzle is fundamentally satisfying because it helps us flex the muscle in a part of our brain that might not always get a lot of use during our everyday lives. Sudoku rules are simple and straightforward. It is precisely their simplicity that makes finding the solution and solving this puzzle as a true challenge. How to play Sudoku? The player only needs to be familiar with the numbers from 1 to 9 and be able to think logically. The goal of this game is clear to fill and complete the grid using the number from 1 to 9. The challenging part lays on the restriction imposed on the player to be able to fill the grid. Rule number 1. Each row must contain the numbers from 1 to 9 without repetitions. The player must focus on filling each row of the grid while ensuring there are no duplicated numbers. The placement order of the digit is irrelevant. Every puzzle, regardless of the difficulty level, begins with allocated numbers on the grid. The player should use these numbers as clues to find which digit are missing in each row. Rule number 2. Each column must contain the numbers from 1 to 9 without repetitions. The Sudoku rules for the columns on the grid are exactly the same as for the rows. The player must also fill this with the number from 1 to 9, making sure each digit occurs only once per column. The numbers allocated at the beginning of the puzzle work as clues to find which digit are missing in each column and their position. Rule number 3. The digits can only occur once per block or nonet. A regular 9x9 grid is divided into the 9 smaller blocks of 3x3. The numbers from 1 to 9 can only occur once per nonet. In practice, this means that the process of filling the rows and columns without duplicated digits finds inside each block another restriction to the number's positioning. Rule number 4. The sum of every single row, column, and nonet must equal 45. To find out which numbers are missing from each row, column, or block, or if there are many duplicates, the player can simply count or flex their math skills and sum the numbers. When the digit occur only once, the total each row, column, and group must be 45. Other details to take into consideration. Number 1. Each puzzle has a unique solution. Each Sudoku puzzle has only one possible solution that can only be achieved by the following Sudoku rules correctly. Multiple solutions only occur when the puzzle is poorly designed, or the most frequent reason, when the player makes a mistake in its resolution and a duplicate hidden somewhere on the grid. Number 2. Guessing is not allowed. Trying to guess the solution for each cell is not allowed under Sudoku rules. These are logically numbered puzzles. The numbers allocated at the beginning of the game are the only clues the player needs to solve the grid. Number 3. Notes and techniques. It is typically to use notes, or also called markup, to plot impossible numbers. The image below shows these notes indicated by the small numbers. For example, look at the very last cell, the lower right. The player has determined that only number 1, 4, 5, or 8 can be placed in the cell, and has thus put this as temporary note. As the difficulty level of these puzzles increases, these notes also become essential to be able to apply advanced solving techniques required to complete the grid. Materials and equipment. Sudoku game book, online at sudoku.com or with an app. Pencil or pen.